My name is Jarno Eerola and I'm an inventor from Finland. I'm originally from Viitasaari, which is a very small village in the center of Finland, surrounded with thousands and thousands of lakes and forests. That's a good question. It took a long route from Viitasaari to Vaasa, from Vaasa to Helsinki through studies and work. Eventually I landed to Berlin about 10 years ago, just because of the music and the environment. Like I said, I'm from a small village with lots of nature and lots of relaxed atmosphere. Berlin felt like a capital that has both the same nature and very calm environment, so it felt cozy from the day one. Well, my background is studied technical and business administration. I started as a programmer at Nokia 96, so I was developing their back-end telecom system. Since that I started my own startup for mobile services, so I've been in the startup world for almost 20 years. At the same time I've been doing music as a hobby or interest and DJ, and now finally these things collided so that my work is also music. What do? You mix two records together and try to make people dance. So yeah, I've been DJing since I was 15, but kind of like on and off here and there, because it's interesting hobby. It's not a work, but it's something that I like to do, and it also helps me to bring out new ideas to people, digital music and other kind of like things that combine from my software or work experience, where it's a platform for me to test new ideas like Aitokaiku. 3 words: Instagram of music. Aitokaiku wants to revolutionize the music in a way that, imagine that currently we are listening and sharing stock photography, which means that we are taking other people's content and kind of passing it around and listening it, but it's all recorded in somebody else's mind and environment. What we want to bring is use the modern technologies to create totally new music that is born from your environment, your moves or your activities, and that's your music. And we want to give this freedom of music to everybody. If you go back into the time when people started to first pick up the bones and drum it to the rock and find the rhythm, they realized that the women started to dance. And then they used this to get the women to come to the village. And they were drumming, and then eventually somebody invented the tape machine and they started to record music and they were selling the tapes. People stopped creating music. And we bring back the culture that we are actually transmitting and creating music as we go. Aitokaiku is a platform that translates user environment into new music. Aitokaiku actually started partly in this park when I was producing music, creating music, and at the same time I'm here testing it with the nature environment, bird sounds, sudden nature sounds or cars, and those together kind of like gave me the idea that what if we can actually translate all of these events into music? How does it sound? How does it work? And then I started to build the architecture. Reactive music is thing that responds to what I'm doing right now. For example, if the car passes by, I can hear it in the music, or if the light changes, suddenly it starts to be sunny, I can hear it in the music, and all of this kind of gives me the reality feedback, what's happening around me, and at the same time it's enjoyable music, but at the same time it's information that I know what's happening around me, and it gives me comfort. I'm more calm and I'm more focused on what I'm doing because of the music is telling me what's happening around me. We are talking like this. You can imagine a piano playing. When you are talking, it's following your voice and playing piano. And if we start to walk together and talk, then can come drums and other instruments. So the more there's activity around Aitokaiku, the more bigger the music and the orchestra will be. Aitokaiku doesn't need any experience or skills to make music. Aitokaiku will turn everyone as a musician to a musician since you start the app, because there's no control that you don't need to play anything, you don't need to learn, you just do whatever you are doing, maybe it's cooking or reading a book, that translates into music. And the second thing is that Aitokaiku enables you to share or publish that music with one button. So the level of steps that you need to take to share people your music is so simple. It's like Instagram, you just press button and everybody has it from that moment. So it's the ease of use and the unique music that we are creating. Aitokaiku uses multiple sensors and algorithms to compose unique music, so it is impossible to recreate the exact same environment of light, sound and movement. All of those are unique to the person and to the device, so all the music is always unique. A theme is a description that comes with the image, sound bank and a short story. So imagine like a movie, it can be a drama, it involves persons, it creates you a certain limitation of world, let's say excitement or sports, and the music will move within those themes. So it will tell you that this is a sports theme, it can be techno, it can be suitable for running, or another theme can be for meditation. So it's kind of like recommendation, and it comes with visual and musical kind of composition that it supports the music. So then you are kind of like, you can choose that let's use this for relax, and then the music sounds like that. Customer like the product because it's easy to use, it's creating the value immediately, and it's actually bringing a piece of magic in it, where even we say that it's using light sensor or movement, they immediately start to explore the world, and they find kind of their own imagination how the music is working. So it's very easy. It's very easy to talk about music, and it's very easy to explain the technology. So for me, within 20 years of selling complicated solutions, this is the easiest one to show the app that here is the music. Let me know what you think. Our strength is the killer team for musicians / startup experts with long history of developing high-end products, and also musical talents. We have DJs, opera singers, punk rock specialists. So we know music. We are more like a band rather than a startup in that sense. So we have experience, we have knowledge, and we have unique opportunity that we are aiming to protect through patents, and we have very clear vision that what we are doing. The competition is in other music products like Spotify and SoundCloud, which is more for the listening audience, and we enable you, addition to the listening, we enable you to be part of the music. So the weaknesses, of course, with new technology is that before mass users start to adapt this, it will take some time. And when we are talking about music and music made by machine, even the sensors are adapting to the user environment. The users are learned to see a brand name and a brand label and the old-fashioned way. So this will take some time until they realize that the music is actually coming from my life, and that's the kind of thing that we always need to learn, how we can explain, how we can tell the story that is exciting and it is part of you. It's not music made by robots. There is a lot of interested musicians or technicians today that they try to invent new ways of doing music. There's all the time people coming up with new instruments or new machines or new ways. How I see it, everybody's thinking new ways of having the same sound. They are not thinking how to break the emperor or how to kind of make new ways. So all the competition or all the technology is focused on how to distribute the old music. We are in a place how to create new music and new distribution. So the threat is, of course, we are going in the totally new universe, but if this seems to be successful, then a lot of people will follow us that way. I see it that Aitokaiku, the same that you can imagine now working in a mobile app, it will work in your watch, in your shirt, in your pants, in your home devices. We can use IoT to connect to multiple devices. We can have multiple people working there, which means that, for example, you have a distant call to Australia and you can have the same music in both environments, or even you don't use the call, you can share the same musical environment with multiple friends, or you can do it together. You can use this as a channel. So we want to distribute this same philosophy to multiple application and interfaces. So it will connect people together, it will connect machines together, it will create new layer music in public spaces. All of this is blocked because of licensing and royalties. Our top ideal partners could be, for example, IBM. They are playing with Watson using artificial intelligence to create music. We are in the same landscape, but we are using the user environment. So they have heavy machinery, we need heavy machinery. They have a lot of businesses that can leverage the same, so we can put Aitokaiku into their system and their customers will be more happier. They need us, we need them. Facebook, for example, could be one. They are now distributing text, videos and pictures, and ideal partnership with them is already in place, which enables us to post music on Facebook. So Aitokaiku users can post music directly into Facebook because it's user created, it's not limited, so that's something else. So whereas it in distribution or in other devices, Apple could be one ideal partner. Having Aitokaiku built in the device, that's all possible. So this kind of hardware or software partnerships are very interesting.